Hello guys, this is your friend and we are back with a new fanfic. Which is what if Kakashi left Naruto to die in the Valley of the End Part 2, Naruto x Harem. And if you enjoy this fanfic then please press the like button and subscribe to my channel for more fanfic like this. And now let's start the fanfic. Sakura was standing in the middle of training ground 7. She didn't get much sleep because she spent most of the night thinking over how she treated Naruto. She had made a promise that she would change herself and this was the beginning of that change. She looked at her watch and saw it was already 10:05 and wondered where her sensei was. She hoped it wasn't going to be Kakashi because he was always late and she would get no training done. Sorry I'm late Sakura, I was in a meeting with the Hokage, Kakashi said walking up to her. What, you are my sensei? She asked. Yes. Now enough talk, we have a lot to cover, now get stretched out. We are going to first put some weights on your limbs then work on your taijutsu. You're going to learn the strong fist taijutsu. Also you're going to learn Kage Bushin to make your training go twice as fast, Kakashi said. Right. Sakura stretched out then put the weights on he gave her. Sensei, these are heavy, she said. That's the point. These are old weights that Lee started off using, Kakashi said. After Kakashi taught Sakura Kage Bushin and they both had one clone, he went to teaching her taijutsu with the clone. The originals worked on increasing her stamina and chakra. They continued this for 2 hours then had a break for lunch where Kakashi told her to dispel the clone to get the information that it learned. Sakura closed her eyes as the information rushed back to her then opened them after she processed everything. Good, now you know everything the clone learned, we are going to perfect it, Kakashi said. What now? Sakura asked. No, after our 30-minute break we will, Kakashi said. Oh, Sakura said. At 3 Kakashi dismissed from training and told her to be back here at 6 in the morning so they can get more training done. Sakura dragged herself home and showered then ate and rested. Her alarm woke her up at 3:50 giving her enough time to training ground 10 for training with Team Guy. She put on her regular clothes then looked in the mirror and decided she needed a complete change and took out the box of ninja clothes her mother bought her when she became a genin. She took out a pair of red tight pants and a shirt that also fit tight to her form, but they was comfortable for her. She also put of some ninja boots. She looked on her wall of fake weapons that she had from when she was a kid and pull off a giant sharp ninja ring and sealed it in the only sealing scroll that she had. She would ask Tenten if her shop sold anything like that later. She ran to the training ground barely making it in time. She walked up to them. Sorry, I decided to change my wardrobe also, she said. We can see. Now this week is weapons training, meaning I'm your opponent this entire week and you will only use weapons. Lucky for you I'm providing them, Tenten said. Hold on Sakura, you looked slower, are you wearing weights? Guy asked. Yes, Kakashi sensei gave me a pair, she said. That's why he bought those weights from me, Guy said. Well, lucky for you I just increased my weights, now let's go, Tenten said. Wait, you wear weights? Since when? Guy asked. For about a year, Tenten replied. Danzo, Homura, and Kaharu walked into the Hokage's office. What the hell are these? Homura demanded, waving a scroll around. It looks like a scroll to me, Jiraiya said. He means the decrees that Tsunade wrote, Danzo said. Well, there you go, they are decrees. If you know that, why do you need me to tell you what they are? Jiraiya asked. We will not allow these decrees to go through, Kaharu said. You can't stop them, unless of course you want to cause a civil war, Jiraiya said. This ain't over, Homura said as they walked out. Well, if that bent them out of shape, wait till they see what Tsunade had put in the paper tomorrow, Jiraiya laughed. Sasuke walked through the Uchiha compound. That bitch took all my scrolls, he said to himself. He looked around and walked into the secret room that Itachi had. Inside the room he found a copy of all the clan's jutsus and advanced techniques. Well, time to train, then there will be no one to stop me from leaving this shithole, he told himself, pulling the first jutsu off the shelf. The next morning Jiraiya was walking to his office with his Rokudime hat on his head blocking the morning sun from his eyes. He noticed a newspaper sitting out and grabbed it. He read the headline on the front page, Council banished the Yondaime's son. He then looked at a picture that was there. It was a baby picture of Naruto and Minato, a picture of Naruto and Minato at age 10, a picture of Minato and Naruto after becoming a genin, and finally a picture of Naruto and Minato at the Chunin exams. He shook his head while laughing. She is really going to screw the council over, he said to himself, then walked into his office. As the rest of the village woke up, the ninjas grabbed a paper and most grinned at the shitload of problems the council was going to have, but few, like most Hyugas and a few others who didn't like Naruto, scolded, not wanting to know the truth of this. The civilians was in an uproar by the news and was marching to the Hokage's tower. The council, more Sadanzo, Homura, and Kaharu was demanding this be taken out of the papers. Jiraiya just looked at them and laughed. What is the meaning of this? Letting this reach the public? Do you know what kind of problems this is going to give us? Kaharu yelled. This won't cause me no problems, Jiraiya said. That's not the point, Homura said. So because you're going to be blamed for banishing their god's son, you want me to tell this is not true? Jiraiya asked. Exactly, Homura said. Ain't happening. Now I have things to do. Now get out, Jiraiya said. You will regret this, Danzo said. Jiraiya pushed a button on his desk. Get me Sume and Hana Inuzuka now, he said. 5 minutes later the two Inuzukas was walking into the office. You wanted us Hokage-sama? Hana asked. I told you not to call me that. I hate this damn position, but it is fun sometimes, Jiraiya said. I bet I can only imagine how the Elder Council took the news, Sume laughed. Yay, they want me to deny it because it will make them look bad, Jiraiya said. Well, they brought this on themselves. Everyone knows not to cross Tsunade, Sume said. Exactly, but I need you two to go back to the Anbu for the time being. I need someone to keep watch en route, Jiraiya said. Right, we will get on that right away, Sume said. Do you still got your masks? Jiraiya asked. Yup, Wolf is at home and safe, Hana said. So is Inu, Sume said. Jiraiya looked at her. Both you and Kakashi had Inu, he asked. Yes, but my Inu is more famous as the hunter. He focused on Anbu and assassinations, Sume said. Right, well, tell me if they are doing something suspicious, Jiraiya said. Hi. Both vanished from sight. A month later Jiraiya walked up to Sakura as she was just finishing up training with Kakashi. Hello, how is training going? He asked. Great. She has already learned everything she would have if she had a shinobi family to teach her, Kakashi said. So she is up to genin level? Jiraiya asked. Yes, I was going to start increasing her training now, Kakashi said. Well, that will have to wait. She still have her 2 months in Anbu prison to do, Jiraiya said. What Anbu prison? Sakura yelled. Don't worry, it's actually not as bad as it sounds. You will be given more freedom because you're only a genin level. While there you will be allowed to continue your training, but you can only learn from scrolls and you will be under 24-hour watch, Jiraiya said. But prison? Sakura asked again. You should be lucky. Tsunade wanted you to be treated as any other prisoner in Anbu prison, Jiraiya said. How are they treated? Sakura asked. Just be lucky you're not being treated like that, Kakashi told her. When do I start? Sakura asked. Tomorrow. Use today as a free day because once you're in prison there is no free days. You will have to constantly watch your back, and even though the Anbu are to make sure nothing happens to you, some are not too fond of how you treated Naruto, Jiraiya said. Can I bring anything with me? She asked. Sure. Also I will have Inoichi and Ino come every few days to help you with your multiply personalities, Jiraiya said. Multiple personalities? Sakura asked. Yay, when Inoichi first examined you it came back that you had 2 personalities fighting for control of your body, and they are just going to help you get them under control and maybe get rid of one, Jiraiya said. Outside wave. The group had just left the hideout that Orochimaru had. After clearing that nothing in it was usable, they placed a few explosive tags in it, then blew it up. They next went to the village of Springs, located in Country Hot Springs. After entering, they realized why it was called the village of Springs, as there was hot springs everywhere. The kunoichis of the group immediately went to a hot spring. Naruto just walked around the city looking at the different sights. He walked inside a jewelry store and nodded to the lady behind the counter, who nodded back and went back to her magazine. After she finished, she watched Naruto for a few minutes. "Can I help you find something?" she asked eventually. "Well, at the moment I'm just looking, but if you don't mind, can I ask you something?" he replied. "Not at all. After all, I get paid to help customers or future customers," she replied. "Well, you see, I'm training to be a ninja and I was kicked out of my home in Konoha and a bunch of friends came with me, but I'm the only guy in the group. I want to buy something that shows them how thankful I am for them, but I don't have a lot of money," he said. "I see. What's your name?" she asked. "Naruto Uzumaki," he replied. She looked at him. "Well, Naruto, I'm Shiroi and I'm sorry you was kicked out of your home. I also had to leave my home, but unlike you, I didn't have anyone with me," she replied. "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bring up bad memories," he said. "Don't worry, you didn't know anyway. For your problem, I think I can help you. How much money do you have on you right now?" she asked. Naruto pulled out his bunta wallet and started counting his money. "I have a few $100s, he told her. "How about we make a deal?" she said. "What kind of deal?" he asked. "Well, you want something to show your thanks. Give me $200 and your friendship, since I don't have any, and I'll give you a few pieces of scrap jewelry to give to your friends," she said. "Deal, but I have 6 friends with me," he said. "That's fine. Here are 6 necklaces that broke sometime between them getting made and being brought here. I'm sure being a ninja you can find a way to fix them," she said. "Thanks, Shiroi, you're the best," he said. "You're welcome, Naruto," she replied. He then bolted out the door to try and fix them. She smiled and shook her head. "I can't believe Konoha kicked him out. What else happened since I ran away?" she thought. She then pulled out another magazine and started to look through it. "Why do I have a feeling I'm going to have to reveal myself sooner than I wanted?" she thought. Naruto ran and found an empty table and went to work on trying to fix the necklaces. He did the best he could, seeing as he had no experience at this kind of stuff. After he was done, he nodded and sealed them into a scroll and got up and walked around more. A few minutes of walking around, he noticed someone was watching him. "Who's there?" he yelled. "Naruto, you're coming with us," they said. "Itachi and Sushi Man, I'm not going anywhere with you," Naruto said. "What makes you think you have a choice?" Kisame asked. "You can't make me go where I don't want to," Naruto replied. "Kisame, just go get him," Itachi said, bored. Kisame walked closer, then swung his Samahata, but it was blocked before it made it to Naruto. The person who blocked it then kicked Kisame in the stomach. "Naruto, leave them to me," a female's voice said. "You will pay for that." Kisame then ran at her. Her eyes changed. "Kisame, stop," Itachi uncharacteristically yelled out. "Too late," the kunoichi said, then Kisame fell to the ground. In the hot springs, Q all of a sudden stood up. "We have to go, Itachi is here," she said. They got dressed and followed Q to where Naruto was to see a kunoichi fighting Itachi. Itachi activated his Mangekyo Sharingan and looked at the kunoichi. He then attacked without warning. The kunoichi blocked his attack and attacked back. Itachi jumped back and saw the rest of Naruto's group come up. He grabbed Kisame and vanished. "Naruto, are you okay?" Q asked as she stopped next to him. "Yes, she saved me," Naruto said, pointing to the kunoichi. "Thank you, whoever you are," Tsunade said. "No thanks are needed," she said. "Who are you? How did you know my name?" Naruto asked. She turned around and looked at him. "I was just talking to you 15 minutes ago," she said, smiling at him. "Shish, Shiroi?" he asked. "Exactly, now why would Itachi be after you?" she asked. Because of Kyuubi, Naruto said. I heard of groups doing that but I didn't want to believe it, she said. Excuse me how do you have the SS Sharingan? They all should be dead, Hinata asked. Well, the night Itachi killed them I had just came back from a mission and witnessed the whole thing. I couldn't stay there and ran away. I took a few scrolls and left. I fainted outside this village and when I woke up I had the Sharingan, Shiroi said. So you're related to Sasuke Tem? Naruto asked. She looked at him. Unfortunately he is my cousin, but alas not all Uchihas are power crazy like those two brothers, Shiroi said. Well again thank you for saving Naruto, we will be leaving now, we don't want to bring more trouble here, Tsunade said. If you don't mind I would like to travel with you, Shiroi said. Why? Tsunade asked. Shiroi shrugged. No reason, I just want more than just staying here, also I need to repay Itachi for killing my mother, she wasn't even an Uchiha, Shiroi said. What can you give us and what do you get out of this? Tsunade asked. For one I can fight Itachi, last time we spared we was even, for two I know all the Uchiha's jutsus, and finally all I want is someone to call a friend, being half Uchiha meant I was shunned by all and never had any friends, Shiroi said. You can come with us, but you have to help with training, Tsunade said. Fine with me, I can teach ninjutsu since that's what I excel in, Shiroi said. How was you able to fight Itachi evenly? Yugo asked. Well, that's easy since I have a fully developed Sharingan. His don't affect me as it would anyone else and only a Sharingan user can stop his genjutsus he cast, Shiroi said. In Konoha's Anbu prison Sakura was miserable, she didn't get to see Ino for another 2 days and she still had a month to be in there. She studied her scrolls and did chakra exercises but soon she would just sit on her bed and cry. She wanted to get out of there so bad she was willing to do anything to get out. Occasionally she would get visits from everyone else but they was too far apart for her to survive in there. As she was sitting on her bed her door opened. Hoping that it was someone to talk to she looked over at the door and was not surprised to see an Anbu step in, but unlike the normal tiger Anbu this one was a wolf. She walked in further and stepped aside to Sakura's surprise, let Tenten walk into the room. Sakura just stared. Tenten, why are you here? She asked nervously. Tenten looked at her. I was told that you are getting more and more miserable being in here and that you was almost raped a few times, although I think you should be punished for what you did. I don't think you should have to go through this, and even if I don't like you I have to admit you are trying to change, so I decided to give you a visit, she said. Sakura just looked at he. Thank you, she said. Don't thank me. Anyway, how are you holding up? Tenten asked. Sakura tried to keep control but eventually burst out in tears. Oh Tenten, I know I was bad to him, but was I really this bad to him? This place is worse than anything you can ever imagine. The guys here all try to rape me and the women tries to beat me up, all because I'm the new meat, as they put it, Sakura cried out. Tenten watched as tears poured down her face. She took a deep breath and walked over to her. Sakura, don't pay them any mind. You only have a month left, she said while letting Sakura cry on her shoulder. BB, but I can't last another entire month, I almost died earlier, she cried out. I thought you're supposed to have Anbu watching you while you was here, Tenten asked. I do, but Tiger always wait till the last minute to stop what they are doing. He even let one guy get all the way to ripping my clothes off before he stopped him. All because I'm trying to change myself, Sakura cried. What, he let things get that far? Wolf asked, who was quiet the entire time. Why yes, he said if I just agree to be with Sasuke he would stop them before they can start, Sakura cried. Why didn't you agree? Wolf asked. Because he is the reason I am having all these problems. When Ino last came she told me that after checking my past with one of her family jutsus I would have been fine and a better kunoichi if I have never met him. I'm trying to be the best I can but he is holding me back, Sakura said. I see, I'll try to get the Hokage to put you on house arrest with an Anbu watching you for the rest of your time, Tenten said. Tenten, time is up, Wolf told her. Okay, here Sakura, it's a scroll on that battle ring you asked me about. Read it and practice the movements best you can. When you get out I'll get you a practice one, Tenten said. Thank you. They both left Sakura to her lonesome again. Wolf shunshined them to the Hokage's office. How is she? Jiraiya asked. She is completely defeated, Wolf said. What do you think? He asked. If she spend her last month in there she will have a mental and physical breakdown and at best will kill herself, Wolf said. At worst? Jiraiya asked. She is raped then killed, Wolf said. What do you suggest? He asked. That you put her on house arrest for the next month to give her a chance to recover from what she has been through in the Anbu prison, Wolf. Okay, then you have my permission to transport her to her house, then put Bear on watch and get back to your original mission, Jiraiya said. Hi, I'll take you home, Tenten, Wolf said. Wolf, can you help me train in my element? Tenten asked as they walked out the office. Sure, meet me in training ground 15 at 6 in the morning, Wolf said. Wolf arrived at the Anbu prison again and went to Sakura's room. She found it empty, so she went looking for her. She found her being forced to the ground by a group of guys and got pissed at Tiger just watching. After quickly killing the group, she looked at Tiger. What the hell are you doing watching this? She asked. I already told her to give in to Sasuke and I will stop this, he replied. Is that what this is about? You're still mad that Rabbit left you, Wolf said. This has nothing to do with her, Tiger said. Whatever, just know this, you will be punished for this. Sakura, get your things, you'll be transported to your house to finish the rest of your time on house arrest, Wolf said. Sakura walked into her house and immediately fell on the couch and went to sleep. Miss Haruno, there will be frequent visits from the Anbu to make sure she stays in her house. She is not to leave unless there is a fire or she is being taken somewhere by Anbu. She is not to have any visitors unless they are accompanied by an Anbu, and you are not to bring friends over. The only ones allowed in this house are you and your daughter unless an Anbu is here, Wolf said to Sakura's mom. Thank you for bringing her back. I will make sure all your rules are followed, she relied. Also, if Tiger tries to come, press this button and I will come, Wolf said, handing her a pager. Tiger shunshined into the Uchiha compound and quickly found Sasuke training himself. Pathetic, he said. What do you want? Sasuke asked. I'm here to give you real training, Tiger said. Well, what are you waiting for? Sasuke asked. Patience. I am still having your katana made, but put these on, we are going to do some serious speed training, he said, throwing him some weights. In the middle of nowhere, the group of ninja for hire who took the name of Jozu was setting up camp for the night. After they had their tents and had a fire built, Shiroi turned to the group. Hey, you don't mind if I start training them in speed, do you? She asked. Go ahead, I was going to do it, but if you want then I can focus on weapon, Yugo said. Thanks. She turned to Naruto and Hinata. Here, put these on. She gave them a set of weights. After they put them on, now I know usually ninjas always wear weights, but you're only wearing them for a set amount of time. This is just to get your speed up to Chunin level. Then we are going to do some serious speed training, the kind only known by Jiraiya, Shiroi said. How do you know training that Jiraiya did? Tsunade asked. Because Jiraiya once visited hot springs and noticed me. He took a few months to train me. During that time my speed increased dramatically and without using weights, she said. He must have put you through the training he put Minato through, Tsunade said. The next morning Shiroi woke Naruto and Hinata at the crack of dawn, and since she had the last watch that was around 6 in the morning. The two tiredly rubbed their eyes while following Shiroi. She led them to a small lake and threw them in it. Now since you two are fully awake, time for training. And be quiet, we don't want everyone else to be woken up, do we? She said. You threw us into a lake, Naruto yelled. I said be quiet, it's too early to be yelling, not get on top of the water, she commanded. After they got out the water she started. Now make at least 2 clones. They both made a clone. She had to teach it to Hinata though. Send them with my clones, they are going to work on ninjutsu while we work on speed. I know it's hard to see, but trust me, this is the best time to train, she said. How does that work? Naruto asked. Well, whatever your clone learns, you learn when it's dispelled, Shiroi said. What, I didn't know that, Naruto said. Well, now you do. Let's go. Shiroi turned and started to run around the lake. She ran up the waterfall, to which neither Chunin could do. She then jumped off the waterfall. Don't worry, I didn't expect you to be able to do that. I couldn't do it either when Jiraiya trained me. So instead, until the rest wake up, we are going to work on taijutsu. This is a go all-out training, so don't hold back. Hinata and Naruto no Kyuubi chakra, she said. But what if I hurt him? Hinata asked. Don't worry, he will have to learn to dodge, and the only way is for you not to hold back, and if you're holding back you won't get any better, Shiroi said. Hinata gulped. Okay, Byakugan, she said. What, hey, I can barely see, Naruto complained. Too bad, Naruto, sometimes you will be at a disadvantage, learn to adapt, Shiroi said. Begin, she told the two. Hinata flew at Naruto and hit his chakra point directly in his stomach. Naruto doubled over in pain. Good, Hinata, don't give your opponent a chance to adapt to you, Shiroi said. Hinata then kicked Naruto in the face. Naruto flew back and slowly got to his feet. Damn, I can't see shit, he thought. Naruto listened to the walking sounds that Hinata was making and swung his fist when they was close enough, to which Hinata dodged and sent an open palm up to Naruto's chin, putting a small amount of chakra into the blow. Good job, Naruto, on adapting. Hinata, nice control, Shiroi said. After a few minutes, Naruto was still getting the shit beat out of him, but he was being able to see a little better, which he didn't know why. Hinata was sending an open palm to Naruto's face when she stopped. Hinata, why did you stop? This spar is still going, Shiroi said. Naruto-kun, eyes are different, she said. What do you mean? Shiroi asked. They are different, no longer blue, Hinata said. Okay, we are going back, I need to check this out. Naruto, can you still not see? Shiroi asked. A little, but not much, he said. Hinata, grab his hand and follow me back to camp, Shiroi said. Hinata blushed the entire time she was holding his hand. They got back to camp and Shiroi directed them to sit, which they did. She then went into her tent and pulled out a scroll. Naruto, who was your mother? She asked. Uzumaki Kushina, and the Yondaime was my father, he said. Well, that's obvious, the Yondaime being your father, Shiroi said as she unsealed more scrolls and started going through them. What's going on? Shizune asked, coming out of her tent. Hold on, I'll explain if I can find the right scroll, Shiroi said. Right scroll for what? Shizune asked. On Uzumaki Kushina. Sometimes merchants would come from different places and sell things. One came from Whirlpool saying he was trying to get to Konoha to deliver this scroll to the Hokage but died before he could get there. He asked me to take the scroll, Shiroi said. So why didn't you? Tsunade asked, coming out the tent. Actually, that was a few days before you all came, Shiroi said. Found it. She started to read the scroll. You know, you still haven't told us what you're looking for, Shizune said. I know, because I don't know what I'm looking for yet, Shiroi replied. After reading the scroll more and everyone else waking up, she closed the scroll. That's no the right one. She then threw it to Naruto. That covers your mother's life in Whirlpool. It was written in her handwriting, so I guess she wrote it as a diary, Shiroi said. What the hell? You have been looking at your scrolls for the last hour. What the hell are you looking for? Anko said. Found it. Naruto, can you still not see? Shiroi asked. Not much. It's still pretty dark, Naruto replied. Shiroi smiled. Well, the reason you are able to see better now than before is because you have a bloodline called Shosengan. It came from your mother. It gives you perfect night vision, allows you to see infrared and ultraviolet things, meaning you can see when seals are used on something with your infrared vision, and bodily fluids and other things that might have dried up onto objects with your ultraviolet vision, Shiroi said. I have a bloodline? Naruto asked. Very much so. It is why Kushina was such a great tracker. It has 4, the first allows night vision, the second allows the inferred vision, the third allows the ultraviolet vision. It don't say what the fourth does is it's different for everyone who obtains it, Shiroi said. Well, is there anything else? Tsunade asked. Yes, Kushina also had another bloodline that allowed her to use her chakra to heal herself and affect other people's chakra, mainly their control, which I'm guessing this is why Naruto has such bad control. When he learns how to control it, his control will improve, Shiroi said. Well, at least we now know why Naruto's control is so terrible, Shizune said. Most people just blamed it on me, Q said. Well, we need to train Naruto to use his bloodline, Tsunade said. Don't worry, this have all the scrolls on Kushina family in it. Apparently the person who was taking this to Konoha was a servant of the Uzumaki family, and when he heard that Orochimaru was coming that way he ran with all the Uzumaki scrolls, Shiroi said. Good. This would give him a chance to learn to use it, Tsunade said. Should we announce to Konoha how not only did they ban the son of the Yondaime and the last leader of Whirlpool but also the last user of these bloodlines? Anko asked. Oh, we will, but first we need to train them and not worry about Konoha right now, Tsunade said. What was you all doing up so early anyway? Anko asked. Training. Jiraiya always had me up this early training, said this was always the best time to train speed, Shiroi said. Well, what will we do after breakfast? Continue training or head to the next mission area? Kurenai asked. Naruto and Hinata stopped moving while they processed the information their clones sent back to them. We are being followed, Shiroi said. What, are you sure? Tsunade asked. Yes, my clone was destroyed by a ninja, Shiroi said. Q sniffed the air. She's right, they don't know where we are yet, so I suggest we leave now, she said. In Konoha, Wolf and Inu walked into the Hokage's office. You wanted to see us? Inu asked. Yes, Inu, I need you to find the root nins that went after Naruto and kill them, then join the group. You can take your mask off after you kill the root. Wolf, I need you to train Tenten the best you can while keeping an eye on the rest of Root, Jiraiya said. When will I get to see him? Wolf asked. Soon. But right now you're the only person available to train Tenten right now. I need you for at least another month until Ino and Sakura are ready to start their element training, then you can leave, I promise, Jiraiya said. Fine. Wolf said, then left. Why did you send me and not her? You know how she gets when she is worried about him, Inu asked. Because Naruto don't need another overprotective kunoichi right now. I think between Q, Tsunade, Anko, Shizune, Hinata, Kurenai, and Yugo he has enough of those. Besides, she truly is the only one who can train Tenten the way she needs to be trained, Jiraiya said. Overprotective? You think Hana is overprotective of him? Inu asked. Inu, I had to threaten her with jail time in order to stop her from beating Kakashi, although he was still injured from what Tsunade did to him. She didn't even care. She would have killed him if I didn't intervene, Jiraiya said. Would that have been so bad? Inu asked. Although we know he deserves that, I need him to train those three in their element, and if she would have killed him they would have put her up for execution. I couldn't let that happen, Jiraiya said. I see. I'll leave immediately, Inu said. Good, Jiraiya said. Once she was gone, you can follow he, but don't get caught. She has a Inu that has excellent sense of smell, and don't show yourself until she reaches them unless you're needed, he said to a figure that was in the corner. Right. Again, thank you. The figure then vanished. Minato, what the hell was you thinking when you made this contract? Jiraiya said, looking at the contract. The next morning, still pissed off that her cousin got to leave and she didn't, Hana arrived at training ground 15 at 6:05 to see Tenten waiting on her. Good, you're here. I'm going to work on your speed. Pick up a boulder and start running, she told Tenten. What, I thought we was only doing elemental training, Tenten said. Get a boulder before I chose one that is too heavy, Hana demanded. Tenten quickly looked around and found a boulder that she was able to pick up but was still kind of heavy. Good, now run around the entire training ground 3 times, and if you even think about taking a break you will get an extra lap, she told Tenten. After Tenten struggled for an hour to get around the training ground, she dropped the boulder. Now defend yourself, and no weapons, Hana said, then immediately went on the attack. Tenten fumbled over her feet as she tried to block a punch by Hana. To slow, you need to get faster, she said. She kicked at her feet. You're too clumsy, I have no reason to continue training you if you're not going to put your heart into it, Hana said. What I'm trying. I didn't even get a breath after I ran around with a boulder for an hour, Tenten replied. You're a kunoichi, there is never a break, especially when a client can just as easy pass you over for another shinobi. The legacy of all kunoichis is on your shoulder. What will you do, cave in or take it on? Hana said as she kept her attack on Tenten. Tenten was able to do a spin kick, but it was blocked. Stop thinking, taijutsu isn't like jutsus or weapons, it is pure action, no thinking involved, let your instincts take over, Hana said. Tenten threw a punch. Stop, Hana said. Tenten stopped and bent over, barely able to breathe. Not only are you more predictable than Naruto, but you're still too slow, think too much, have no set taijutsu training, and unless you have a weapon in your hand are useless, she told Tenten. Tenten just looked at her teary-eyed. I told you the weight of the kunoichi reputation is on your shoulders. Why are you crying? Is it because I'm telling you the truth, or because you know everything I say is true and you don't want to hear it? Hana asked. Tenten snapped. I am trying my hardest, but all you have done since you got here is criticize me. I thought we was friends. Why have you changed so much? She yelled. How do you think Naruto felt when his own sensei was purposely holding him back? How do you think he felt when his own teammate put a jutsu taught by his sensei through his heart? He always tried his hardest but was always criticized, and he was not only a hero for holding Kyuubi, but he is also the Yondaimi's son. So how do you think he feels knowing that his father gave his life to save this pathetic village, yet they banish him? How do you think he will feel when he finds out that he is betrothed to two clan heirs, a girl he thinks of as his best friend, and another woman from a different village? How do you think I felt when Jiraiya let my cousin go see and travel with him and not me? I have to wait even longer to see my own fiancé. How do you think we feel? Hana yelled back at Tenten. Tenten looked shocked. You're betrothed to Naru-chan? She asked. Don't act so surprised. You saw us together enough to figure it out, Hana said. Wait, Naru-chan have Kyuubi in him and is the Yondaimi's son? She asked Hana. Oops, did I say that? Hana said. Yes, Tenten said. Don't tell anyone, especially people I don't trust, or I will hurt you. This can't get into the wrong hands, Hana said. I want. Who else is Naru-chan betrothed to? Tenten said. You, Hinata, and the other I don't know, Hana said. Tenten's eyes went wide. I'm betrothed? She asked. Yes, your mother signed it before she died. Your father didn't know it was supposed to be a surprise, Hana said. How do you know? Tenten asked. I was there. I'm 2 years older than you remember, Hana said. Oh right, but why did you take your anger out on me? Tenten asked. Because for one, you needed to know the harsh truth that although you're great with any weapon, you're lacking in taijutsu. I knew I would hold back on you even if I was angry, and if I had saw anyone else while I was still so pissed, I would have probably killed them, Hana said. Oh, Tenten said. Leave. Tomorrow you better have some scrolls on a taijutsu you want to learn, and take those weights off, they will only hinder your training, Hana said. Okay. I won't have to carry that boulder again, will I? Tenten asked. Oh, you're carrying that every day, that's why you're taking off the weights. I have a month to whip you into shape before I leave to be with my fiancé, and I plan to do just that, Hana said. But what about elemental training? Tenten asked. Ino is learning that next month with Sakura you're going to join them in training, but right now she is studying to be a medic, so she will also be learning taijutsu and speed, just not as advanced as you are, Hana told her. So how advanced is Ino going to be at the end of the month? Tenten asked. Well, she will be Chunin level in taijutsu and speed while around Junin in chakra, Hana said. What about me? Tenten asked. You are already Chunin level in everything but taijutsu, so you will be around Junin everything, so be prepared, we will not have a day off. Also learn Shadow Clone, Hana said. Tenten just watched as Hana walked away. This month is going to be hell, she said to herself. Yute, Ino asked, walking up to her. Ino, help me up. I can't feel my body, Tenten said. Ino, you better not tell anyone what I said or I'll kill you. Tenten might have the protection of being my future sister, but you don't because you're not betrothed to Naru-kun, so don't make me do that, Hana yelled just before she disappeared. She knew I was listening but said all that anyway, Ino said. She is scary when she is like this, Tenten said. I feel sorry for you this month. I saw the training she put you through, and let's say I'm happy I decided to be a medic instead of a fighter, Ino said. Shut up and put your medic training to good use, Tenten said. I just started, I don't even know where to begin, Ino said. Then help me to the hospital, Tenten said. Okay, I have to get there anyway, Ino said. Team Jozu jumped through the forest trying to get away from who was looking for them without being noticed. None of them in the group wanted to fight right now. As they moved at high speed, Hinata was telling Naruto the process of using chakra in the eyes, since it was different than using it anywhere else and more dangerous. They came to a clearing a few miles away and Q sniffed the air. We should be fine here, at least for now, she said. Naruto stood catching his breath with Hinata. So if I use too much chakra I can go blind, he asked. Yes, so it's best you start with a little until you know how much you need, but every dujutsu requires a different amount of chakra, Hinata said. Naruto nodded and pulled out the scroll on his dujutsu. He read through the first stage of it and went to work on trying to fully unlock the first comma. He slowly added chakra into his eyes, making sure to follow all the directions on the scroll. As Naruto did this, Shizune went through the scrolls she had. Here, Hinata, the basic medic exam, it will show us what level you're at, she said, handing Hinata the scroll. Hey, everything looks clearer now, Naruto yelled out in excitement. They looked at his eyes. They was now green with a blue comma in it. As he added more chakra into his eyes, his focus got better. This is awesome. Everything looks so much clearer, as if a piece of plastic was taken out from in front of my face, he said. You completely unlocked the first stage, Shiroi said. Congratulations, but you need to work on the other part of your bloodline, Tsunade said. Naruto thought, oh, the chakra part, he asked. Exactly, Tsunade said. Naruto pulled out the scroll on the second part of his Shosengan bloodline. He read the top of the scroll. It says this part is called the cursed chakra, he said. Why is it called that? Hinata asked. Because when it first came about they didn't know what it was and thought their chakra was cursed. This scroll says that it came before the Dujutsu and was one of the first ever bloodlines, and came around the time the Byakugan was formed, Naruto read. So that makes it the second or third oldest bloodline, Tsunade said. Yup. The scroll also says that a lot of people get it confused with the old blood bloodline, but this is a far more advanced version. The old blood was created from this bloodline. It also says I can remove most seals that are forced on my body, Naruto read. So that means that Kabuto is a distant cousin yours, man, that sucks ass, Anko said. Naruto thought about it. I liked it better when I didn't know that, Naruto said. What else does the scroll say? Kurenai asked. It says that this part of the bloodline is the main bloodline and the easiest to train. Most Uzumakis have mastered it within a month of training, he said. That's good here. Now how do you train it? Tsunade asked. Well, it has a training schedule. It starts with basic chakra training, then works up to medic chakra training, then goes into the something called ultimate control training, which I finish the training I will have total control over my cursed chakra bloodline, Naruto said. Well, I hope you don't mind, but Hinata is going to join you on that training method. She could use the extra chakra training and hopefully this will help increase her reserve. Hours later. A few hours later, Q sniffed the air. I smell blood, she said. How close? Anko asked. Very, Q said. Then an inu jumped out into the clearing with a kunoichi on its back. She took off her mask. Sorry for the interruption, but I'm now joining you, she said. Why are you here? Naruto asked. Gaki, I'm here because 1. She pulled out 2 heads. These 2 was after you and Hinata, they are root operatives, and 2 Jiraiya sent me to deal with them before they reached you and told me I can stay if I wanted to, said. Well, welcome to the group, we was just starting lunch, Yugo said. Hey, you're Shiroi Uchiha, right? Asked. Yes, she replied. What happened to you? When Hana heard about the Uchiha massacre, she looked weeks through the bodies to find yours but never found it, said. Oh, sorry, I ran away when I saw what Itachi did. She pat his name out. I ended up in Hot Spring Country. I stayed there, I even got trained by Jiraiya, she said. I see, well, you should write her, she will be glad to know you're still alive and safe, said. I will, Shiroi said. Now that we all know each other, Tsunade was cut off. Neko, come out, Q yelled. Everyone looked confused. Who are you talking to, Q? Naruto asked. 2 more kunoichis stepped out, one with an amused look and the other with an annoyed look. Kitsune, she said. Q smiled. So this is your Jinchuriki Nibi? She asked. Everyone looked confused at the other kunoichi in confusion. I can ask you the same about the blonde shrimp over there, Nibi said. Hey, I'm not a shrimp, Naruto yelled, standing up. Q grabbed the back of his jacket and pulled him back. So what if he is? She said. Nibi smiled a smile that reminded everyone of Aneko. Well, I must say he fits the role of Jinchuriki, she said. Q smiled her kitsune smile. So does yours. She looks like she thinks she can take on everyone here, she said. I can, she said. Yugito, please, Nibi said. So what brings you and your Jinchuriki here? Q asked. Actually, we are here for your Jinchuriki, Nibi answered. They all looked at her. Oh, why would you be here for him? If you want to try something, I will be forced to stop you even if you're my best friend, Q said. No, you got me all wrong. Besides, I know I can't beat the lady of all demons, she said with a hint of laughter. Yay, joke all you want, Nibi, but seriously, why are you here? Last I heard you was in Kumo, Q said. I was, but there are factors that made Yugito turn her back on Kumo and come join you, Nibi said. Q looked at Yugito. Can you tell us why exactly you are here? She asked her. Well, I'm sure you all know that he is betrothed, she said. What, I'm betrothed to who? Naruto yelled. Oh, I forgot to tell him, Tsunade said. I see, well, your Otusan and Kasen came to Kumo to work out a treaty between the 2 countries, but the only thing Kumo would offer was a marriage, and me being a Jinchuriki they offered me. Your Kasen felt that they offering me without even asking was a disgrace, but your Otusan offered you as my betrothed and your Kasen agreed because she liked me, Yugito said. But you're like 7 years older than me, Naruto said. Like that matter, you just agreed to marry me and Kurenai, Anko said. Anyway, they told me I wouldn't be the only one you're betrothed to since you will be the last with your Kasen's bloodline, Yugito said. Yay. Hana is also betrothed to him, so are Tenten, Tamari, and Hinata, said. Hinata choked on her drink. Excuse me, I'm betrothed to Naru-kun and Otusan still tried to have me marry Tem, she asked. Unfortunately, Hiyashi never knew about the bloodline. No one in Konoha but those who Kushina trusted the most knew about it, meaning only me, Jiraiya, and Kurenai and her old team knew, Tsunade said. So I'm betrothed to Hana-chan and Teni-chan? Naruto asked. Yup, said. Wow, I didn't expect this. I kind of knew I was going to marry Hana also because I liked her and she already told me she would, and me and Hinata agreed too, but Teni-chan is like a Ni-chan, Naruto said. That's usually how it works, Tsunade said. This is all good to know, but you two still have training to do, Q said. A month later, Naruto and Hinata had finished the chakra training and Naruto was able to control his cursed chakra and he mastered the first stage of his Shosengan. Shiroi also sent a message to Hana explaining to her everything that she'd been through. They was headed to Suna to tell Tamari about the news of her being betrothed. Tsunade started to teach Naruto medics but gave up after he was barely able to do the basics and focused on teaching him about seal jutsus. As they was about to cross the border from fire and wind country, they was stopped. You know you're not allowed in fire country, and if someone finds you here they will have to report it to the daimyo, she said. Well, are you someone who would report us? Tsunade asked. I'm not, but some root nins are headed this way, Hana said, walking into the opening. And you didn't kill them, Hana. I thought I raised you better than that, Sum said. Hana laughed. Kasen I could have, but there wasn't a point. You did teach me killing for fun is the worst thing a kunoichi can do, she said. I guess I'll let it pass this time. Who is in charge of the clan? Sum asked. I left the elders with limited power, Hana said. Sorry to interrupt, but we are in a rush, Tsunade said. Right, sorry, Hana said. She then walked up to Naruto. Hello Naru-kun, did you miss me? She asked. You bet. Hey, guess what, I have a bloodline, Naruto said, hugging Hana. They started to run again and made it into wind country just as Root caught up to them. They continued to run through the desert until they was stopped again. Hello Naruto-kun and Hinata-chan, how have you been since the exams? Kabuto asked. What do you want? Naruto asked. To see if something is true, Kabuto asked. Kabuto, leave or we will kill you, Tsunade said. You see, in order to do that you have to kill them first, Kabuto pointed behind them. They turned around to a small army of sound nins. Oh shit, how did they get this close? Anko said. They came up while Kabuto distracted us, Hana said. How good it is to see an old teammate again, Orochimaru said. What do you want, traitor? Tsunade said. Why, I need a new body and he is perfect, Orochimaru said, pointing to Naruto. Yugito, Hana, Anko, Yugo, and Kurenai walked forward. You want him, you go through us, they said. Orochimaru laughed. How cute a protection party. If Konoha wasn't enough to stop me, what makes you think you can? He asked. Come try us, Anko said. Orochimaru snapped his fingers and the sound army attacked. Hinata and Naruto, who was standing next to each other, was attacked by Kabuto. Let's see if you two got any better, he said. Hinata dropped into her modified Jiyuken stance. Naruto dropped into his stance. Come find out, Naruto said. Orochimaru got behind Naruto and went through some hand signs. Juin Jutsu, cursed ceiling technique, he yelled. What, no? Anko yelled and ran at Orochimaru. Orochimaru bit Naruto on the back of the neck. You're too late, he laughed. I'll kill you, Anko laughed while jumping at him. Hinata grabbed Naruto before he fell to the ground and looked at him with her Byakugan. What she was surprising for her. The cursed seal was trying to force its way past the barrier that Naruto's cursed chakra built around it. They both was struggling to get the upper hand. Kyuubi's chakra slowly made its way to where the seal was. Once it got there and combined with Naruto's cursed chakra, he started to scream that got everyone looking at him. Hinata, what's going on? Kurenai yelled. His chakra is not accepting the seal and is fighting it, Hinata said. It's pointless, Orochimaru said. No, it's not. Naruto's chakra just combined with a small portion of Kyuubi's to fight it, Hinata said. The black chakra slowly was being pushed out of Naruto back through the bite marks Orochimaru left. Orochimaru and Kabuto looked shocked. See this? How that's impossible, Orochimaru said. It is for any normal chakra, but his chakra is not normal, he has the Shosengan bloodline, Hinata said. What, why is that so important? It's a dujutsu, right? Kabuto asked. No, have you ever wondered where your bloodline came from? Tsunade asked. What do you mean? Kabuto asked. Your bloodline is a version of Naruto's bloodline. A watered down version. It was formed the same way the Sharingan was formed from the Byakugan, but unlike the Sharingan, your bloodline have no new features. It's just the most basic form of the cursed chakra bloodline, which is part of the Shosengan, With it, Naruto can expel almost any seal as long as he has the chakra to do it, and with Kyuubi's chakra he has more than enough to get rid of that seal Orochimaru put on him, Tsunade said. Damn, Kabuto, you was supposed to do research on every genin in Konoha. How did you miss him being related to Kushina, who was the last person to have this bloodline? Orochimaru yelled. They then disappeared with the sound nins. Is he going to be okay? Hinata asked. Yes, but we need to get him to Suna now, Tsunade said. Hana laid him on one of her inus and sat behind him, and they all took off. They arrived at Suna's gates. We need to get to the hospital now, Tsunade said to the guard. Hold on, I need to see your passes, he said. Look, if you don't get us to the hospital now, not only will you have all these kunoichis wanting to kill you, but you will also have to explain to the Kazekage and Temari why you was the reason the boy she is betrothed to is dead, Yugo said, stepping up. The guard gulped. Right this way, he said. Temari, Gaara, and Kankuro ran into the hospital. What room is Naruto Uzumaki in? Temari yelled. 120, the lady at the desk said. The three ran down the hall into the room. They didn't even knock, just ran right in. Well, you three got here fast, Tsunade said. How is he? Gaara asked. Still fighting against that seal, Tsunade said. Will he be okay? Temari asked. We can only hope right now, Shizune said. Okay, what's this about Temari being betrothed? Kankuro yelled. Everyone glared at him. What are you going to do about it if I am betrothed? Temari asked. When did you get betrothed? Kankuro asked. Obviously it was when she was still an only kid, Gaara said. I knew I was betrothed, it happened on my second birthday, but I never knew who to, Temari said. Well, it's to Naruto. Everyone in this room but me, Sum, Q, Nibi, and Shizune are marrying him, Tsunade said. Wow, we all are marrying the same guy, she asked, surprised. It happens when you are the last in your family plus have a bloodline, Tsunade said. I guess. Anyway, at least all three of us can agree that he would be the best addition to our family, Temari said. He is the only person I approve of you marrying, Gaara said. As long as he is able to protect you, I have no problem with it, Kankuro said. A kunoichi ran into the room. Gaara-kun, why did you run off like that? She asked out of breath. Gaara looked at her. Sorry, Matsuri, but I had to come make sure Naruto was okay, he said. She looked at the boy on the bed. Oh, he is the one you told me about, right? Gaara nodded. He's cute, she said. Matsuri, Gaara said. What, I'm just saying. Besides, I like someone else, but maybe he can help with my training if he is as good as you say, she said. Who do you like? Gaara asked. They better pass my approval, he thought. Why? She asked. Because I can't allow anyone to date you if they can't protect you, he said. Why does it matter? Matsuri asked. Come on, just say it, she thought. Because you're my second friend and the first I ever had in this village, and I want to make sure you're always protected, he said. Is that all? She asked. Gaara thought. Yeah, I mean, if they can't protect you, then they can't date you, he said. So you only sees me as a friend? She asked. Gaara actually looked confused. Yeah, should I see you as something else? He asked. Matsuri glared at him. Fine, Gaara, I will see you at training tomorrow. She then stormed out the room. What's wrong with her? He asked. Everyone just looked at him. Wow, you and Naruto are more alike than I thought, Hinata said. Hinata, come with me, Temari said. Okay, Hinata said, and they left. Gaara just watched the two leave. Did I miss something? He asked. Oh, you missed a whole lot. It seems like all the cute and strong ninjas are also clueless, Hana said. Temari and Hinata caught up with Matsuri. Hey, don't get so down, Temari said. How can I not? He only sees me as a friend, she said. Naruto only saw me as a friend before I beat it into him, Hinata said. But he is so frustrating. He won't let me talk to any boys without him being there, but he denies he likes me, Matsuri said. That's how guys are. The strong and cute ones are always the most clueless, Hinata said. What should I do? Matsuri asked. I suggest you tell him you like him, Hinata said. No, that won't get through. You need a more direct approach, Tamari said. What do you mean? Matsuri asked. Walk back in that room, pin him against the wall or floor and lay one right on the lips. Give him your best and tell him if you are only a friend then you will go find someone who likes you more than a friend, Tamari said. Matsuri blushed. Will that work? She asked. Well, look at it this way. There is no way he can misinterpret that, Tamari said. It will get a reaction out of him, and unless he is gay you should have a boyfriend, Hinata said. Tamari looked at her. Gaara is not gay. I would believe Kankuro is since he keeps stealing my makeup, but not Gaara, she said. Well, time to find out, Hinata said. They followed Matsuri into the room. Gaara looked at her. Matsuri, I thought you was leaving, he said. She walked right up to him with a small blush. She pushed him back against the wall and made sure he couldn't get free without hurting her, which she knew he wouldn't do. She then looked at him in the eyes. She leaned in and kissed him right on the lips. She kissed him until he started to get into it, then stopped and backed off. Now if you only see me as a friend, tell me so I can stop wasting time on someone I will never be with and find someone who likes me as more than a friend. She then headed towards the door. She winked at Hinata and Tamari when she passed the two. Everyone was shocked at what she did, none more so than Gaara. He watched her open the door and ran across the room and wrapped his arms around her waist to stop her. Please don't go, I don't want to lose you, he said. She folded her arms. So am I just a friend or not? She asked. Please say no, she thought. I really like you, he said. That don't answer my question, Gaara. I have enough friends, I want a boyfriend, so pick which are you going to be, she said. Gaara thought for a minute, then something hit him. What the hell is a boyfriend and why is it so different from a regular friend? Maybe Naruto knows, he thought. I like you a lot, more than anyone else I ever met and I want to be with you forever, he said. So am I your girlfriend or not? Stop beating around the bush and answer me, damn it, Matsuri yelled. Gaara flinched. Yes, he whispered. I didn't hear you, she said. Yes, he said a little louder. What? She said. Matsuri, will you be my girlfriend? He yelled. Well, yell for Gaara anyway. She smirked and turned around. Yes, I will. She then kissed him on the cheek. What did you two do to her? Anko whispered. Tell you when they are gone, Tamari whispered back. In Konoha, Jiraiya was sitting in another council meeting. This makes the 10-1 in 3 days, but he was not keeping count. He had forgot what they was complaining about but was sure it had something to do with Naruto since that is all they was worried about these days. He sighed. Look, you're the ones who wanted Naruto banished, now you want him back, he asked. Hell no, we want him dead, Hiashi yelled. He is a loss to us. Having him dead will do us all some good, Danzo said. Jiraiya pinched his nose and looked over at the Inoshika Cho team, Shibi, plus the representative for the Inuzuka. What problem is he causing you now? He asked. They now are spreading rumors that the demon Gaki have a bloodline, Homura said. That's not a rumor, Jiraiya said. Excuse me, Kaharu said. It's not a rumor. You heard me the first time, Jiraiya said. How do you know the fourth didn't have any bloodlines? Sakura's Otusan said. Jiraiya wanted to laugh at that. I'm not sure about you, but I have 2 parents and I'm sure everyone else has. How was you born? He asked. Everyone's sweat dropped. Okay, how can you be so sure he has a bloodline? Hiashi asked. Well, for one, Kushina had a bloodline, and for 2 it's one reason why he was betrothed to both Hinata and Hana, Jiraiya said. That demon was never betrothed to anyone in my clan, even the failure, Hiashi stated. Are you so sure? Looks like the wife didn't trust you that much either because she came to Kushina about it, Jiraiya said. Fine, she is a worthless anyway, Hiashi said. Jiraiya had to force himself not to attack Hiashi. Look, if you have nothing important to say then this meeting is over, he said. Everyone but the Ino Shika-cho team, Shibi, and the representative for the Inuzuka left. So how is training going? Inoichi asked. Well, Sakura, Tenten, and Ino all are in the middle of element training on top of their regular training. They are learning fast, Jiraiya said. So how long until you leave? Shikaku asked. Don't know, depends on how fast Sakura finishes her training with Kakashi, Jiraiya said. You know Ino is going to want to go with you, and Sakura for that matter, Inoichi said. Jiraiya shrugged. I already recruited Hanabi to come with me. She said she have a few Hyugas who was close to Hinata and hate the way the clan is going. That's coming with us. They are being trained by Neji in secret, Jiraiya said. When we get the word from Hana-sama, I'm moving the entire clan to where she wants us to go, the representative said. Since Ino is the heir, I'm going with her if she goes, Inoichi said. Then there will be no point for us to stay here, Shikaku said. I will have to get our colony adjusted to wherever we move to, Shibi said. That shouldn't be hard since the only place we will likely go is Suna or Wave, Jiraiya said. I'll send someone to each place to get a colony adjusted right away just in case, this way when the other come we will have a colony base created already, Shibi said and walked out. Sakura, Ino, and Tenten stood in front of Kakashi. You three are going well now. There is no more I can teach you as far as element training. You need to find jutsus for your element and start learning. I will however help you whenever you need it, he said. Sasuke was sparing Tiger. Is there anything more you can teach me? Sasuke asked. Tiger rolled his eyes. There is a lot I can teach you, but you have to be patient and learn the basics first, he said. I don't need basics, Sasuke said. How do you plan to kill Itachi if you can only do a jutsu a few times before it fails because you don't know the basics of that jutsu? That's the difference between you and Itachi, Tiger said. Itachi is a traitor and killed my family, Sasuke sneered. Do you think he could have killed all those Uchihas without pushing himself to understand everything he learned? Also, you tried to run away to Orochimaru. You're as much as a traitor as he is, Tiger said. If that's true, then why are you training me? Sasuke asked. Because I want you to kill Naruto and Itachi, Tiger said. Why? Sasuke asked. Itachi, because he ruined my life when we was younger. Tiger then took his mask off. Before Hayate came along, me and Yugo was dating. Then that Naruto came into the picture, we had a disagreement and she eventually left me for Hayate, who liked Naruto. After Hayate was killed, I saw Yugo crying and went to comfort her. She didn't trust me, but needed a shoulder to cry on. He was interrupted. She used you for her own use. You no longer was any use to her, so she left you and went to train Naruto, Sasuke said. I don't get used by anyone. Anyway, I was her superior in the Anbu because she didn't want Hayate position, but she still didn't do what I said, and Itachi because he took my eye when he went to kill your clan, he said. Sasuke looked at him. You're Shisui Uchiha, ain't you? He asked. Yes. I was at one point the greatest Uchiha until I was betrayed by Itachi. Now you're going to kill him and get revenge for both us and restore honor to the Uchiha clan as once again the most powerful, Shisui said. Why would I want revenge for you? Sasuke asked. Think about it, what better motivator than to kill the two people who took everything from us, Naruto and Itachi, Shisui asked. But how are you going to make me strong enough to kill Itachi when you couldn't beat him? Sasuke asked. Because I know a way for you to get the Mangekyo Sharingan, he said. How? Sasuke asked. Oh, I'll tell you after your training is over. Me and Itachi unlocked it at the same time. Now I'm going to pass my title as Shunshin no Shisui down to you and make you Shunshin no Sasuke, he said. In the middle of nowhere, Itachi and Kisame was walking with no direction in mind. Itachi, why do you keep running? Kisame finally asked. I'm not running, I'm trying to correct my mistakes, Itachi said. What mistakes? Kisame asked. Itachi just ignored him. When he finally spoke, it wasn't what Kisame was expecting. We are going to Suna, he said. What, why? Kisame asked. Because I need to talk to my cousin, he said. What, I thought you killed everyone except your brother, Kisame said. That's what everyone thinks, Itachi said. In Suna. Shiroi training with Anko. The two was worried about Naruto, who has yet to wake up, but decided to do something productive instead of waiting in the hospital. Tsunade had Hinata check his chakra twice a day, then sent her out to train and do other things besides sit in the hospital room. Nibi and Q decided to go look in the area between Sound and Konoha to see if there was anything they could find that would be useful. Everyone else trained or walked around Suna. Itachi and Kisame stood on top of the wall surrounding Suna. Why are we here again? Kisame asked. To clear somethings with my cousin, Itachi said. How long is this going to take? Kisame asked. Not long, she is in the hospital, stay here, Itachi said, then vanished. Everyone minus Nibi and Q was in the hospital room that included Tamari, Kankuro, Gaara, and Matsuri. They was all either sitting or standing while talking when Itachi appeared in the middle of them. Itachi, what are you doing here? Shiroi spat out. He held his hands up where everyone could see them. I'm not here to fight but to settle somethings, he said. Like what? She asked. About what happened that lead me to killing the clan, he told her. Okay, I'm listening, she said. Flashback. Itachi was arriving home from his shift on the Anbu. He walked through the compound and saw someone sneaking around. He quickly went to follow them. He followed the person until they came to the council chamber. What is Shisui doing in the council chamber? He thought. Shisui, how is everything going? Asked one of the council members. Great, within a few days we will be able to go through with our coup, Shisui said. Good, and Itachi? He asked. Not a problem, he may be a genius, but he still is a level below me, Shisui said. What the hell, a coup? Why would they want a coup? And if he thinks he can beat me, he is largely mistaken, Itachi thought. Shisui, I need you to keep an eye on my son. I don't think he will go along with this coup, as he knew why we was doing it. He believes that the village is more important than the clan, Fugaku said. And if he tries to stop it? Shisui asked. Kill him, Fugaku said. I will, but what about Shiroi? She don't believe that the clan is bigger than the village either, Shisui said. After you get rid of Itachi you can do what you please with my niece, Fugaku said. Even have my way with her and force her to have my kids, Shisui asked. I don't care, Fugaku said. I can't believe Otusan will allow something like that, Itachi thought. The meeting ended and Itachi quickly made his way home and looked at his calendar. Okay, Shiroi's birthday is on Friday. She should still be on her mission, so I'll leave her a copy of the jutsus I have. She is going to need it, he said quietly. He then looked at the clock. I need to see the Hokage tomorrow, he thought. The next day, Itachi was in the Hokage's office. Are you sure about this, Itachi? The third asked. Yes, I heard everything. They plan on doing it Friday, Itachi said. Okay, we need to stop them without letting this get out, the third said. I can do it, but you have to promise to keep my Otuto and Shiroi safe, Itachi said. Okay, but you know I will have to put you in the bingo book, the third said. So, Itachi said, then walked out. Friday morning. Itachi woke up and went to the Hokage's office. When do Shiroi get back from her mission? He asked. She should be back by midnight, the third said. Good. When you see her, tell her everything that happened, Itachi said, then vanished. With Shisui later that day. Shisui was walking through the compound and saw Itachi sitting next to the river and went to join him. Itachi, how is everything? He asked. Itachi stood and looked at him. Shisui, if you had to do something that you think was the right thing, would you? He asked. Of course, Shisui said. So if a group of shinobis was planning a coup and you knew about it, would you kill them to stop it? Itachi asked. Shisui, though, about it? Yes, I would if I could. No one likes backstabbers, especially when they are your friends, he said. I see. Itachi then took a step back. Shisui, prepare yourself, I'm going to stop this coup you and the clan is planning, he said. Shisui was surprised by this and didn't react in time to Itachi's attack, and his eye was cut out by his katana. Your days end here, Shisui, Itachi said, then sliced across Shisui's face and kicked him into the river. He walked through the compound and started to kill everyone he knew was in the coop. The last person he killed was his Otusan and walked out the room and saw to his surprise and horror Shiroi had just walked into the house with her present from Itachi. She looked at him with surprise and fear, then turned and ran. Itachi just stared. Damn it, he yelled. Makoto woke up. Itachi, what did you do? She asked. Sorry Kasen, but everyone I killed was going to do a coup and I couldn't allow that. He went over to her. I'm sorry but I had to, he said. She nodded. I understand, I would have done it also if I was in your shoes. She then hugged him. I know you're going to have to leave the village, but know that I always will love you and I will do everything to protect what's left of the clan, she said. Itachi kissed her on the forehead. I'll visit our old playground the 20th day of every month, he then walked out. Shisui was able to get out of the river. Itachi, you will pay, he yelled and slowly walked through the village. He saw everyone from the coop was dead. Okay, you want to play? I will corrupt your most precious person and turn him into my weapon. He then turned into a Itachi look-alike. He killed everyone and walked into Itachi's Kasen's room. Itachi ran back when he felt the chakra for the jutsu be used. No, leave her alone, he yelled and jumped at Shisui. Too late, Shisui said and drove his katana into her heart. Sasuke was standing in the door. Itachi, he said. The real Itachi looked at Shisui with hate. You will pay with your life and everything you love. I will make sure that you never see happiness before I slowly kill you. He then turned and left. Flashback ends. Shiroi looked at him. I remember that. The pain I felt then was greater than anything I ever felt, she said. I'm sorry you had to see it. I tried to be gone before you came back, but fate wasn't on my side, Itachi said. Why was they doing a coup? Shiroi asked. Otusan didn't like the way the third ran the village, Itachi said. What will you do now? She asked. I don't know yet, he said. Well, you're no longer my enemy, but I still don't trust you. But Shisui, he now became my target and I will make sure he dies painfully, Shiroi said. I was hoping you would help me with that, Itachi said. What do you mean? Shiroi asked. You have a mature Sharingan, right? Itachi asked. Yes, she replied. Well, I can give you the Mangekyo Sharingan, he said. How? I'm not killing you to get it, Shiroi said. No, it's through training. It's the same way me and Shisui got it, Itachi said. Let me think about it, she said. Okay. He then walked out the room. What do you all think? She asked. I remember something about that. Shisui was supposed to had committed suicide, Anko said. I wouldn't put killing the rest of your clan past Shisui. He was always the jealous type. First Naruto, then Hayate, then Itachi when he was accepted into the Anbu, Yugo said. I think you should do the training, Kurenai said. Hinata, did you detect any lie with your Byakugan? Shiroi asked her, noticing she still had her Byakugan active. No, throughout the entire story his heart rate didn't change once, Hinata said. Okay, thank you, Shiroi said. She went to let Itachi back in. You can come in, she said. So have you reached a decision? He asked. Yes, I have decided to do this training, but only if I can bring someone along with me, she said. Okay, choose your person wisely. Not everyone can survive this training. Out of the 50 Uchihas that did it, only me and Shisui survived, Itachi said. I'm not worried. Hinata has skills far beyond what any Uchiha or Hyuga is capable of, Shiroi said. Good, let's go. This training lasts for 3 months and is very strict. You won't have room to make a mistake, Itachi said. No, we stay in Suna during this training and once it's over you leave, Shiroi said. Q and Nibi was looking at the pile of corpses they found. You think any of them are useful? Nibi asked. Q looked. One is missing. There was a girl also, she said. You mean that girl that's hiding behind that tree up there? Nibi asked. Yes, let's go get her. Q said. What about these guys? Nibby asked. Q shrugged. They are useless to us, she said. They walked up to the tree and went around it. What do you fucking want? Can't you see I'm already dying? Tayuya yelled. Whoa, hold on a minute. Maybe we can help you, Q said. How can you help me? Tayuya asked. You know Naruto? Q asked. The blonde? Tayuya asked. Yes, he was kicked out of his village and needs trustworthy friends, Q said. Why was he kicked out? Tayuya asked. Because he bruised us, that Uchiha who was trying to run away to Orochimaru, Q said. That's a shitty reason to kick a good shinobi like him out. He is annoying as but not that bad, Tayuya said. So do you want to join us? Q asked. Sure, not like I have anywhere else to go, and if I stay by myself too much longer I'll die, she said. How did you survive all this time with your injuries? Nibby asked. I might be injured, but I'm still a kunoichi and can kill small animals for food, and there is a lake a little way away from here I got water from, Tayuya said. Well, that's good you survived all this time, Q said. Q, what about that guy up there? Nibby asked, pointing to Kimimaro. Q looked at him. Now that's usable. Let's get his corpse. I know the perfect shinobi to give his bloodline to, Q said. What the fuck are you two doing? Tayuya asked. We are saving this bloodline. I know a ninja who could use it. Also, I might put it in someone else I know, Q said. We could give it to you also if you want it, Nibby said to Tayuya. What, really? Tayuya asked. Yup. Nibby said. I won't come as pale as he was, will I? She asked. No, nothing will change except you will have a bloodline now, Nibby said. When can you do it? Tayuya asked. Q thought about. Let's go to Konoha Hospital and do it. We can put a genjutsu up on her so no one knows who she is, she said. Good idea, and she won't last all the way to Suna, Nibby said. In Konoha, Q and Nibby was able to get into the village with Tayuya under a genjutsu without much trouble. They had the dead body sealed inside a scroll. Tayuya was taken into a hospital room where the medics healed her while Q and Nibby went to the Hokage's office. They walked in and was surprised to see Tenten, Ino, and Sakura there, but Nibby had to grab Q when she saw Kakashi. The key she was given off made the other take notice and they turned around. Who are you two? Jiraiya asked. Kakashi's eyes widened. You, what are you doing here? He yelled, pointing at Kyuubi. Shut it, pervert, Q said. Listen here, you. If you have a problem with me, then tell me, Kakashi said. Nibby and Q had the decency to look shocked that he was challenging her. Nibby shook her head and let Q go. Wow, you're either very strong or very stupid, she said, backing up. You three might want to get out the way, she said to Ino, Tenten, and Sakura. They moved to the other side of the room. Hitaki, you have 5 seconds to get out of my sight, Q said. You don't scare me, Kakashi said. 1. Q started. Kakashi looked at her. 2. Q said. Are you serious? Kakashi said. 3. Q said. He is really going to take her on? Nibby asked. 4. Q said. What's going on? Sakura asked. 5. Q said. Well, he was given the chance, Nibby said. Q vanished and Kakashi hit the wall behind Jiraiya, with enough strength to break a rib or two, all in the blink of an eye. Jiraiya, Sakura, Ino, and Tenten was surprised by her speed. She walked slowly to Kakashi and picked him up by his hair and threw him back over the desk and vanished again and kicked him in the chest, breaking 3 more ribs. She then drew a katana that looked like a tail out from nowhere and swung it at Kakashi. Nibby vanished and blocked Q's katana with her own. Leave Hitaki or she will kill you. I can't hold her off for long, she said. Kakashi slowly got up and shunshined out the room. Why did you stop me, Nibby? If I wasn't so used to your sudden interference to stop me, I wouldn't have been able to stop my weapon, Q said. Nibby stood up holding her left arm. That is what you call stopping your weapon. Damn, I think my arm is broken and I'm a demon, so that would have literally crushed every bone in his body, she said. That's what I was trying to do, Q said. I realize that, but we have a reason for being here, Nibby said after she healed her arm. Right, let's get this over before I run into him again and kill him, Q said. Next time I won't try and stop you, Nibby said, flexing her arm. Q looked at her. Sorry, she said. The pain is going away, Nibby said, waving it off. Who are you two? Jiraiya asked. I'm Nibby the two-tailed Nako, the second in command of the demon realm, and my Jinchuriki is Yugito, she said. I'm Q the nine-tailed Kitsune, lady and ruler of the demon realm, and my Jinchuriki is Naruto, she said. You're Kyuubi? Tenten asked. Yes, Q said. Nibby nudged Q. Is he always like that? She asked, pointing to Jiraiya. Yes, he is the self-proclaimed super pervert. Arrow Gigi to Naru-kun though, Q said. Wait, Naruto has Kyuubi in him. I thought the Yondaime killed it, Sakura said. Q looked over at her and sneered at her, which reminded the three of a kitsune. What would you know, Haruno? All you did was beat him while kissing up to that traitor Uchiha, she said. Q, calm down. She is not even worth the effort, Nibby said, looked at her and assessing her chakra level. You say that now, but you wasn't the one who constantly had to heal Naruto because of her, Q said, pointing directly at Sakura. Hey, I know I made a mistake in my past, but I'm trying to change, Sakura said. Q sneered again. I want and will never take your word for anything. Anything you have to say or do will be like a tadpole in my eyes, Q said. Nibby shook her head. What did you do usually? Q is so forgiving, she said. I wasn't the best person in the past, Sakura said. Okay, what can I do for you? Jiraiya asked after he finished staring at Q and Nibby's assets. You finally finished staring, pervert. We need to borrow Rock Lee, Q said. Why? Jiraiya asked, confused. She unsealed Kimimaro. He is dead, but we can still make use of him by passing his bloodline on, and I want to use Lee since he can't use chakra. This will strengthen his chakra system enough to get to the level it should be at, Q said. Hey, can I have it too? His bloodline will work great with my weapon training and my kids will have more than my good looks, Tenten said. You won't stop rubbing being betrothed to Naruto in my face, will you? Ino asked. Nope, because you want to ask, haha, Tenten said. Q sweat dropped at the two. Sure, Tenten, she said. Hey Q, Tenten said. What? Q answered. I think you should give Sakura another chance. She been through a lot since Naruto left, and not only from me and Ino but from Hana and Jiraiya also, she said. That's not enough reason to forgive how she treated Naruto, Q said. Maybe, but it's a start in the right direction, Tenten said. Q thought about it. Come on Q, this is what made you so great. You're always willing to give, even the worst demons, another chance. What will it hurt to give this girl another chance? Nibby said. Q looked at Sakura for a minute. Fine, one chance, don't blow it, she said. Sakura's face lit up. Thank you so much, but why do you hate Kakashi-sensei so much? She said. Yay Q, what could he have done? Nibby asked. His sensei was the Yondaime. He was like an Otusan to Kakashi and taught him to treat all equally, yet he treats Naruto as if he doesn't even exist, Q said. Ain't the Yondaime Naruto's Otusan? At least that's what the paper said, Sakura asked. Yes, Tenten said. Hey, what kind of katanas was those? Jiraiya asked. Those wasn't katanas, but our tails materialized, Q said. You mean that even though she blocked your tail with her own it still broke her arm? Jiraiya asked. It would have done more than that had I not adjusted the strength at the last minute, Q said. The four looked wide-eyed. She is not the lady of the demons for nothing. Besides, I might be in second in command, but I'm only the second strongest of all the demons. I'm only second in command because she chose me to be, Nibby said. Ino here is elemental katana. I got it for Naru-kun, but I decided to give him one of my tails as a katana, so he won't need it. You can have it, Q said, tossing her the weapon. Thanks, I needed a weapon, Ino said. In Suna 3 weeks later. Q, Nibby, and Tayuya was just reaching Suna after their trip to Konoha to transfer Kimamaro's bloodline into Tenten, Lee, and Tayuya. They walked through the village looking for the rest of the group. They heard from behind them. They turned around and saw Naruto running up to them. Hey Naru-kun, you know Tayuya, me and Nibi saved her and she is joining us, Q said. Oh, Naruto said looking at her. What the fuck are you looking at? Tayuya asked. Sorry, Naruto said sarcastically. Come on you two, where is everyone else? Nibi asked. Well, they are around this village somewhere, but Shiroi and Hinata are with Itachi to train, Naruto said. Why? Q asked. Naruto told them the story that he was told from Tamari. Well, hope they succeed, Nibi said. Yeah, and I was able to remove that seal Orochimaru put on me. It was painful as hell, Naruto said. What, you had the curse seal and got it removed? How? Tayuya asked. It was because I have a bloodline called Shosengan and part of it is the cursed chakra. I was able to use it to remove the seal, Naruto said. Damn, you're lucky. I wish I could remove it, Tayuya said. Don't worry Tayuya, I sealed it off so it shouldn't bother you, Q said. Yeah, I know, now I'm going to fucking train, Tayuya said. Can I join you? Naruto asked. Fine, but so you know I'm trying to get a handle on my Kekkei Genkai, Tayuya said. I didn't know you had a bloodline, Naruto said. I didn't. Q and Nibi gave me, Tenten, and Lee Kimamaro bloodline, Tayuya said. Awesome, I wish I could get that, Naruto said. Sorry Naru-kun, but adding it to your bloodline would be pointless because your cursed blood would make it useless, but I could put it into you so you could pass it on to your kids if you want, Q said. 2 months and a week later, Q and Nibi gave the Shikatsu Mayaku to Tamari, Matsuri, and a few other Suna shinobis. She also provided them all with a scroll which Nibi created using the information from Kimamaro's knowledge. Tayuya, Tamari, and Matsuri was able to learn to use the bloodline almost completely thanks to the scrolls. Naruto unlocked the second and third kamas from his dujutsu, granting him infrared and ultraviolet vision. A few times Naruto walked around the village with his dujutsu active, looking in ultraviolet mode, and saw some things he didn't want to see, so he always used it in either night vision or infrared unless he needed the ultraviolet vision. In the hospital room for Shiroi and Hinata, Tsunade and Shizune was checking them. Once they was done, they both sighed. Well, they are fine, but their body is physically and mentally exhausted. They will need a few days of sleep to regain their strength, Tsunade said. What, Itachi had them train until they couldn't take it anymore? I'll kill him, Naruto yelled. Naruto, be quiet, we are in a hospital, Tsunade said. But Kasen, he started. No buts son. Itachi clearly told them both that they could die from this training, yet they both went through with it, so the only ones to blame for this is themselves, Tsunade said. Okay Kasen, Naruto said. Are we staying in this village when they get better? Yugito asked. Actually, I was thinking about starting our own small village in Wave, Tsunade said. I think that's a good idea. It would let us make our own rules and we don't have to report to anyone we don't like, Kurenai said. Well, what do everyone think? Tsunade said. Fine with me. I like Wave and I get to see Inari again, Naruto said. I want to go. Suna is so boring, Matsuri said. Count us in, Tamari said for her two brothers. It's not like the rest of us have a fucking choice, Tayuya said. I agree with her, Anko said. A month later, Ayame was sitting in the living room of her small 2-bedroom apartment. In front of her sat a box that she kept her secrets in. She opened the box and pulled out an all-white kunoichi outfit. She put it on. She stood and looked at herself in the mirror. She was wearing white pants that stopped just below her knees, a white shirt that was tight to her body, a hitai that was on a white cloth. Over all this she had on a white trench coat. Around her waist she had a black sash with a katana on her lower back with the sash holding it up. She nodded to herself. Let's see if I can still do this, she said to herself and went through some hand signs and vanished in a swirl of leaves. She appeared outside her apartment and made sure there was no Anbu around, then ran off into the forest. She reached a clearing in the forest and stood there. Damn, it's been so long since I did this shit, she said. Almost 9 years if I remember correct, she heard. Yes, it has been that long since we were a team, hasn't it, Itachi, she said. Yes it has, sorry I haven't came to visit, he said. Stop talking, either help me train or leave me alone right now, Ayame said. Well, let's get started, Itachi said. Itachi and Ayame spent the next 5 hours sparring and getting her back to form. I never knew when I retiring as a kunoichi it would be so hard to get back into shape, she said. Don't worry, you did great, Itachi said. So why did you come back now? After all, you did kill your clan, Ayame said. You know what happened that night and why it happened, Itachi said. I know that you still didn't answer my question. Why did you come back? Why now? Ayame asked. Why did you choose now to bring back the white kunoichi? Itachi asked. Don't answer my question, you know how much I hate that, Ayame said. Well, honestly, I felt like it was time to face you and take what punishment you was going to give me. I put it off long enough, Itachi said. Ayame pulled out her katana. It was curved like most samurai katana instead of straight like most shinobi katanas. The katana was also all white, the only one that was ever made such a color. She swung it around, then put it at Itachi's neck. You're prepared for any punishment, even if it means death? She asked. As long as it's by your hands, I won't offer any resistance, he replied. Good. She then brought her katana back and swung it at Itachi's neck, but stopped right before she broke his skin. Why should I not kill you? She asked. Well, by all rights you should. I abandoned you, but I came to fix what I caused. The entire Uchiha clan should have not been killed that night. Also, I found my cousin Shiroi. I trained her in Hinata Hyuga for 3 months so she could unlock the Mangekyo Sharingan. I told her I want to start a family and I'll leave it to her to settle the clan mess however she wants, Itachi said. Ayame nodded. I know all that, but you did abandon me. You left me when we had our lives planned out. Why should I give you another chance? Ayame asked. Because I can only start a family with you. And I think if you wanted to start a family with anyone else you would have already, Itachi said. Ayame put her katana away. Yes, I could have. I have denied hundreds of proposals, even some from the Hyuga clan. It seems as even if the white kunoichi have retired, her short career made a splash big enough for the clans to notice, she said. So will you announce your return as a kunoichi? Itachi asked. I think I will. But now let's go back to my apartment, she said. The next morning Sasuke was walking around the village and looked around. Damn, he was here last night, I know it, he mumbled to himself. Ayame kissed Itachi goodbye and they both shunshined out of the apartment. Ayame appeared in front of her apartment. The Junins and Anbu looked at her in surprise as she walked past. The civilians, the ones old enough to know her, clapped. The white kunoichi has returned, one yelled. She smiled and ran down the street, then did a somersault onto a random roof and headed to the Hokage's tower. She walked into the tower. Hello Jiraiya, she said. Jiraiya smiled. Ayame, I was just getting to ask you if you will return to being a kunoichi, he said. Looks like we both had the same idea, she said. So what did he say? Jiraiya asked. Ayame shrugged. He came to tell me how sorry he was for not visiting me and abandoning me 9 years ago, she said. So? He asked. Well, he is lucky I am only 21 and still have all my life so he can prove to me how sorry he is, Ayame said. Jiraiya smiled. I always knew you two would end up together, he said. Ayame shrugged. Honestly, I couldn't see myself with anyone else. We've been through so much when we graduated from the academy that it wouldn't feel right, she said. Well, I have 3 kunoichis who need training from a kunoichi. Kakashi is fine, but he can't teach them things you can, Jiraiya said. So you think she can be trusted? Ayame asked. Jiraiya sighed. She has made great strides since she cut her ties with Sasuke, but only time will tell if Sakura is truly over him, Jiraiya said. Okay, I'll train the three, but I want Hanabi Hyuga in the training also. I have things to teach her, and Itachi agreed to put her and Neji through the 3-month intense training for elite Uchihas. He hoped one of them can unlock the full Byakugan like Hinata, but he is putting all his money on Hanabi though, Ayame said. Jiraiya nodded. Hinata is just dripping with potential, only an idiot like Hiashi can't see that. I'm surprised you didn't train her some, he said. Who says I didn't? Someone had to help her perfect that flexibility, Ayame said. Okay, I'll send the three to your personal training area, Jiraiya said. Jiraiya walked to the Hyuga compound and into the dojo. Can't anyone challenge these two? Hiashi yelled. We are too strong for any Hyuga here to match, Hanabi said. How about I take those two off your hands? I have a mission for them, Jiraiya said. Hiashi scolded when Jiraiya said something. Why are you in my house? He asked. As Hokage, I'm not restricted as to where I can go, he replied. In my house you are, Hiashi said. Jiraiya just waved him off. Hanabi and Neji, I have a mission for you two, please come with me, Jiraiya said. You are not taking anyone out of here, Hiashi said. You better not overstep your boundaries, Hiashi. I'm not Sarutobi. I will not let you talk to me how you feel. I have been lax in dealing with the clans, but you are pushing my patience, Jiraiya said. In the middle of the forest, Ayame looked at Sakura and scolded. Look, Haruno, I'm only training you because Jiraiya asked me to, but know this, if you say or do one thing that makes me think you haven't changed, I will not hesitate to hurt you, she said. Okay, Sakura said. That's okay, sensei. To you, Ayame said. Yes, sensei, Sakura said quickly. Now before we start, I want you to meet someone. Then Itachi came into the area. Tenten and Ino outwardly didn't change, but inside they both was thinking 100 miles a minute, trying to figure out why he is here. Sakura wasn't the same. What is he doing here? He is a wanted criminal, she yelled. Haruno, shut up, Ayame said. But Ayame hit her with a quick glare that made her shut her mouth. Now Itachi is here because I asked him to watch your training. Hitaki can't be trusted to train you properly when he refused to train his own sensei's son, Ayame said. I know what you're thinking, but believe me that what you think I did and what I really did are two different things, but I can't tell you that just yet, Itachi said. Now none of you will mention him being here. Got that, Haruno? Ayame asked. Yes, sensei, Sakura said. Good, now let's begin. I'm going to show you how to truly be a kunoichi. If my reports of you are right, none of you besides Tenten had any training from a kunoichi. Ayame then started their training while Itachi watched. Jiraiya walked into the area with Neji and Hanabi. The two looked at Itachi shocked. Jiraiya just nodded. Jiraiya-sama, I'm here to report that Hinata has unlocked the full Byakugan and I'm willing to put those two through the same training I put her through to unlock it, he said. Onezen trusts you, then that's good enough for me, Hanabi piped up quickly. If it gets me away from Hiashi, then I'm fine, Neji said. But what about the other Hyugas who was training with us? Hanabi asked. I can't bring them along because this training has a low survival rate. Hinata and Shiroi, my cousin, barely survived. I will train Hanabi to her limits. I won't push her too much, but Neji, I expect you to meet the same strides that Hinata made, Itachi said. Don't worry, Hinata has high expectations for both of them. Now get going before someone notice you're here, Jiraiya said. 3 months later, Itachi carried Hanabi to the spot where he met them 3 months earlier, and Ayame was training the three kunoichis hard. Jiraiya was there waiting. Hey, anyone a medic? Itachi asked, sitting Hanabi down and Neji falling on his back. The 4 kunoichis ran over to them. Are they okay? Sakura asked. That's a dumb question. Do they look okay? Itachi asked her. Let me check them, Ino said. Itachi, can I talk to you in private? Ayame said. The two then walked away. Ino finished checking and healing them. They are low on chakra and mentally and physically exhausted, she said. That's the one thing I hate about that type of training. Most who do it dies because mentally they can't handle it, Jiraiya said. What are we going to do? Tenten asked them. Well, they can't recover while in the village. Hiashi will try something, Jiraiya said. Tsunade and the group settled down in Wave, Itachi said, walking over to them with Ayame. I'm leaving and headed to Wave, Ayame said. What, why, and how are we going to finish our training? Tenten asked. Because I'm pregnant and I can't raise our kid in this village, Ayame said. You're pregnant by who? Sakura asked. I don't see what Naruto liked in you, Sakura, Itachi said. Sakura huffed and crossed her arms. Excuse me if I didn't realize you and Ayame was married after only seeing you once, she said. Itachi, leave her alone, she is trying to change herself, Ayame said. I'm going with you then, Tenten said. Mita, Ino said. I would like to leave also, Sakura said. Maybe I can get Neji or Lee to go on a date with me if I'm away from this village, she added, looking at Neji. Fine, you all leave immediately, and Itachi, don't leave them until they reach Wave unless you have to, Jiraiya said. You do know I'm still part of Akatsuki, right? Itachi asked. I thought you quit that, Jiraiya said. I'm about to now. With Ayame being pregnant, I need to spend more time around her, Itachi said. Can we leave now? I want to be in Wave so Tsunade can check me in the next few days, Ayame said. Okay, leave. I'll be there with the rest of the group in a week or two, Jiraiya said. 3 days later, Itachi with Neji, Ayame with Hanabi, Tenten, Ino, and Sakura arrived in Wave. They crossed the bridge. Sakura, you know this place best. Where would we find Naruto? Ayame asked. Follow me. Sakura led them to Tazuna house. Hey Sakura, I was wondering if you would come, Inari said. Hey little man, I brought friends with me, she pointed to everyone behind her. Have you seen Naruto around? She asked. He is sleeping, you all can come in, Inari said. They walked in. Thanks, but was he with an older blonde woman, Tsunade of the Senins? Sakura asked. Yes, but first he told me about him being kicked out of Konoha. Is everything he said true? Inari asked. Yes, unfortunately it all is, but hey, it might be for the best, Sakura said. How? Inari asked. Because it saved a lot of people from living a life they would have hated, but most importantly it made me see the true Sakura, and I didn't like what I saw, so I committed myself to changing. Now I'm stronger, nicer, and more skilled, and it's all thanks to these nice people behind me, Sakura said. Naruto said you're the only person on his team he can trust now, so what are you talking about? Inari asked, confused. Sakura shot a confused look at the group, who shrugged. Don't worry about it, just know I'm a much better person, okay? She said, smiling at him. So will you go on a date with me then? He asked. Sakura laughed. I'm a little too old for you, besides I have someone else I'm going to ask out, she said. Oh well, that lady you're looking for went to fix up the hospital, Inari said. Was there a black-haired lady with her carries a pig? Her name is Shizune, Sakura asked. Yes, she is in the back with Kasen, Inari said. Thanks. Sakura got up and headed to the back. We are going to lay these two down, Ayame said. Sakura, Ino, and Tenten walked out to the back. I wonder what he meant by what Naruto said, Ino said. Don't know, we will have to ask him, Tenten said. They reached the back. Hello Tsunami and Shizune, Sakura said. Sakura, how have you been? I'm sorry about your other teammate and sensei, Tsunami said. Sakura looked confused but quickly hid it. All is well, I have a better sensei now, but we need to borrow Shizune for a medical emergency, Sakura said. No problem, we can finish later, Tsunami said. What's the emergency? Shizune asked, getting right to business. Well, it's Neji and Hanabi. They went training with Itachi and have been unconscious since they came back, Ino said. Shizune ran into the house and immediately started to check them. She spent an hour closely checking both and making sure they was okay. Okay, they both are going well, but I am going to have to set up a medic room to keep them in, Tsunami, do you have a small room I can use until the hospital gets fixed? She asked. Yes, we have a large closet that we don't use. It's big enough, lay them both in if you put them on the floor, Tsunami said. That will work. Any of you girls have medical training, Shizune said. I have been trained in medics since the banishment. I also have been letting Tenten use my scrolls because she wanted to learn medics. We tried to teach Sakura, but never had the right material, Ino said. That will come with me, Shizune said. Hinata slowly and sleepily walked down the steps and into the butt of Ayame. Sorry, she said, rubbing her eyes. It's okay, Hinata, Ayame said. Ayame, what are you doing here? Hinata asked. I'm staying with you guys for now on. Also, I brought Hanabi and Neji, but they are unconscious, Ayame said. Really, what happened? Are they okay? Hinata asked. Shizune is looking after them. More importantly, it's the middle of the day. Why are you and Naruto sleeping? Ayame asked. I was up with Tsunade doing my medic exam. I passed and can now do surgery as long as Shizune or Tsunade is in the room to watch over me. Naruto was up with Q training to use his new katana she gave him, Hinata said. Oh, you're a medic. Good, I think I'm pregnant because I missed my time the last 3 months. Can you check? Ayame asked. Sure, can you lay on the couch? Hinata said. Ayame laid on the couch and Hinata went through the right hand signs. She also activated her Byakugan while checking her. Itachi was so into the results and Hinata was so focused on Ayame that none noticed everyone else walk in the house until it was too late. What's going on? Tsunade asked. You are pregnant, Ayame, Hinata said. You sure? Ayame asked, excited. Well, it was the first time I ever checked for a live baby inside its kasen, but I'm pretty sure I'm right, Hinata said. Let me make sure. Tsunade went to check. Yushi is right, you're pregnant. Who is the Otusan? She asked. Do you even need to ask? Ayame asked. So he finally came to say he was sorry. Took you long enough, Itachi, Tsunade said. Well, I couldn't do anything that would put her in danger sooner, Itachi defended. My work is done, I'm going to see my Imouto, Hinata said. She then stopped. Where is she? She asked Ayame. That room, Ayame pointed. Hinata went to the room and saw Hanabi laying not moving. What happened to her? She is not moving, Hinata yelled, running to her side, pushing Tenten and Ino out the way. Calm down, Hinata. She just went through the same training that Itachi put you through. She will be fine. She is actually in better shape than both you and Neji was when you finished the training, Shizune said. He put my Imouto through that training. She ain't even a genin yet, Hinata yelled, getting ready to launch at Itachi. Whoa, slow down, Hinata, Q said, grabbing her. Let me go, I'll show him to put my Imouto through training like that before she is physically ready, Hinata said. Hanabi stared to whimper from the noise Hinata was making, trying to get out of Q's grip. Hinata, will you settle down? Hanabi is fine, look, she is starting to wake up, Q pointed out. Hinata immediately stopped struggling and looked at Hanabi. Her face was twisted in a way as to try and stop the light from reaching her. Hinata went to her side. Imouto, can you hear me? Hinata said. Hanabi slowly opened her eyes. Where am I? She asked. Hanabi, Hinata shouted in excitement and pulled her up in a hug. Ow, Hanabi said. Sorry, Hinata said, laying her back down. Onezan, why are you here? Hanabi asked. Imouto, you're in Wave, you're not in Konoha anymore, Hinata said. Really? Hanabi asked. Yes, really, Hinata said. So I don't have to go through those beatings by Otusan? Hanabi asked. Beatings? Hinata asked. Every week since you left he would beat me, Hanabi said. Every week? Hinata whispered. Look, pull up my shirt, Hanabi said. Hinata hesitated and slowly pulled up her shirt. When it was just above her stomach, everyone's eyes widened at the huge red marks on her. Hinata slowly sat her up and looked at her back. Hinata had to fight back tears from what she saw. That bastard, she whispered. How bad is the back? Kurenai asked. You don't want to know, just know that I will make him pay, Hinata whispered just loud enough for them to hear. Tsunade, do you think you can heal them? Nibi asked. I wish I could, but those are already healed wounds. All I would be doing is preventing them from scaring her. The best we can hope for is for them not to interfere with her being a kunoichi, Tsunade whispered. Is there anything we can do? Yugo asked. What about a skin tissue fusion? Hinata asked. Huh? They said. I read in one of the scrolls Tsunade gave to me that you can use a skin fusion to heal this type of stuff, but it will leave the person who gives the skin with scars resembling the ones who they gave the skin to. I want to do that for Imouto. I don't care if I get the scars or can't be a kunoichi anymore, but I can't allow my Imouto to live her life with these marks of what that man did to her, Hinata said. Are you sure you want to do this, Hinata? Kurenai asked. Yes, I'm sure. I will do anything for my Imouto, Hinata said. Okay, if you're sure then I will do it, Tsunade said. Wait, I have an idea, Nibi said. What's that? Hinata said. Instead of a skin transfusion with Hinata, why not use Kimimaro? I can revive the body enough so that the skin should take to her body, at least long enough for her new skin to grow, Nibi said. I don't care as long as it works, Hinata said. It will work, but Hanabi won't be able to move for at least 3 months when her new skin fully grows, Nibi said. Fine, I will stay by her side the entire time then, Hinata said. Okay, let's get started, the sooner the better, Q said. Also, Kasen, can you give Hanabi your bloodline to allow her to use wood element? Hinata asked. Tsunade thought. It did work for you, and reading those scrolls would give her something else to read besides medic scrolls until she can move. Okay, I'll do it, she said. Thank you, Hinata said. Don't worry, besides it wouldn't be the same if both you and Hanabi didn't pay him back for what he did, Tsunade said. Hey, can I have your wood element? Ino asked. Sure, I would offer it to you, Tenten, but you already have Kimimaro's element, and Sakura, I don't know if you deserve the chance to have it, Tsunade said. Come on, give the girl a chance. She was almost raped constantly while in Anbu prison. She should get the chance to prove she has changed. Hana surprisingly came to Sakura's defense. Fine, since Hana is defending you, you did last longer in the Anbu prison than most genins would, and Naruto still thinks of you as a friend, Tsunade said. So you are just giving those who want it your bloodline and the others Kimimaro's bloodline? Itachi asked. Yes, Tsunade said. Well, since I'm pregnant, you think it would be passed through to my kid now? Ayame asked. I could do it, but it will be dangerous. A 65% chance that the baby will survive, but if it does, the baby will have the Sharingan and wood element, Q said. What do you think, Itachi? Ayame asked. I think we can get through this. The baby will be fine, he said. Hey, why don't half us take Tsunade's and the other half take Kimimaro's? That way we won't have this problem later, Shiroi said. Good idea. Also, if it's fine with you, I'm going to give Inari Kimimaro's bloodline. Hopefully him and Hanabi will like each other in the future, Q said. Outside, Wave Itachi's clone and Kisame walked up to the bridge. Why are we here, Itachi? Kisame asked. You will find out soon enough, the clone replied. It then went up in smoke, surprising Kisame. Itachi stood up. I have to go, he said. What, why? Ayame asked, grabbing his arm. Because Kisame is here, Itachi said. Can I kill him this time? Anko asked happily. Sure, why not? Itachi said. Everyone walked out to the bridge and saw Kisame standing on the other side of it. Itachi, what is the meaning of this? You're betraying Akatsuki, he said. I only used Akatsuki so I can keep a watch on Naruto until he was protected enough for me to leave them, Itachi responded. I see. Well, I am going to have to turn the Gaki in, Kisame said, pulling out his Samahata. He appeared across the bridge ready to strike Naruto but was stopped by Anko. It's not going to be that easy, fish man, she said. You again, Kisame said. Prepare to die, no holding back this time, Anko said. Anko attacked him with a kunai in both hands. She swung the one in her left hand, forcing Kisame block it with his Samahata and brought the other one across his face. A snake shot out from her sleeve and bit Kisame. Anko then bent under his samahata and kicked his legs out from under him and put a knee on his chest and her kunai to his throat. You're dead, she smiled. Kisame looked stunned. I should have known you wouldn't be so easy to fight being a student of Orochimaru, he said. Goodbye. She then cut his throat, killing him. She wiped his blood on his shirt, then pocketed her kunai. She looked at the samahata and grabbed it. I could use this, she said. Try pushing your chakra into it, Q said. Anko shrugged and did what Q said. Samahata got smaller just a bit to fit Anko's body better. Thought so,